So what if I told you that one of the best performing tokens in 2025 was not some high-tech AI project or some next-gen layer 1, but a meme coin based on a fake stock market number and a running internet joke? Welcome to the world of SPX6900, ticker symbol SPX, a token that went from absurd concept to full-on phenomenon, leaving even veteran traders stunned as it shot toward $1 billion market cap in just a matter of weeks. This isn't just another meme coin story. SPX6900 captured the raw energy of the 2021 bull cycle, injected it with humor, community-driven chaos, and perfectly timed hype, and then strapped itself to a rocket. Now it's being hailed as the face of this cycle's meme wave, right alongside heavyweights like Pepe, Fartcoin, and Trump. But how did it get there in the first place? And is the ride over, or is this just the beginning? Welcome back to another episode of JRNY TV. In today's deep dive, we are going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about SPX6900. My name's Nick, and we're going to explore what its origin is, why it exploded, what separates it from other meme coins, and whether there is still room or not to make life-changing money. So let's find out if the top is already in. What is SPX6900? Well, SPX6900 is a meme coin born straight out of crypto Twitter and the internet's obsession with numbers that make you smirk. Think of it as a nod to the S&P 500 index jokingly reaching 6900, a meme-worthy number that blends market commentary, irony, and digital degeneracy into one absurd ticker symbol. But behind the laughs, SPX6900 has become one of the most talked about meme coins of 2025, and its rise has been anything but ordinary. This token lives on Ethereum, but that's exactly where its similarities to traditional altcoins stop. SPX was never about building a DeFi ecosystem or solving some real-world problem. It is about culture, timing, and virality. It taps into the unexplainable force behind every successful meme coin, the feeling that you're in on the joke just before the rest of the internet catches on. The coin is unapologetic for being just a meme, because that meme has rallied a wild and loyal community base faster than most utility tokens could ever dream of. And what makes SPX 6900 different is how deliberately absurd and self-aware it is. It mocks both crypto and traditional finance at the same time, which is a bit of a rare feature. While the Wall Street analysts are spending months crafting predictions, SPX mocks them by anchoring its entire identity to the idea of a completely made-up milestone. That satire, combined with the token's meme-heavy branding and an aggressive community that's shilling, it gives it a flavor of authenticity that many polished crypto projects unfortunately lack. And perhaps most importantly, SPX 6900 came at the perfect time. The meme coin market was again heating up. Traders were hungry for the next cultural moment, and Ethereum-based tokens, they were regaining momentum. SPX filled that vacuum, not with technology, but with pure unfiltered meme energy. And in today's market, that can be just as powerful as a functioning product. Why SPX 6900 blew up in 2025. SPX 6900 isn't just another meme coin. Its breakout in 2025 was fueled by a perfect storm of momentum, community fervor, and market timing. Over the last month alone, SPX soared from around 83 cents to $1.70. That's a surge of over 100%. And that spike came after consolidating above the $1 support level and being bolstered by a Binance futures listing, which brought in serious trading volume and institutional eyes on the token. But those numbers, they only tell part of the story. Some analysts are noting that SPX 6900 had gained nearly 23% in just 15 days, even outperforming Bitcoin's 76% yearly gain and S&P 500's 12% rise. In fact, a $1,000 investment last year into SPX, that could have made you $122,000 at its peak, roughly a 12,380% return. But who's counting? That's kind of life-changing money, and it helped build a mythos that SPX wasn't just hype, it was history in the making. The hype wasn't driven by code or product development. It came from social media traction and community memes. SPX memes flooded X or Twitter and Telegram with key influencers and traders that amplified the joke-turned-rocket. Listings on Binance Futures and Coinbase, they pushed the liquidity, while viral moments like the movement of the whale wallets fueled FOMO and urgency. It became a virtuous cycle. The louder the meme, the greater the price action. The higher the price action, the louder the meme. SPX 6900 isn't just up, it's running with momentum. It briefly touched its all-time high near $1.74 to $1.77, up from its near zero launch. And even after a recent pullback, about 13% last week, it still remains 23% higher over last month, showing resilience in a cooling meme coin market. That persistent demand confirms SPX has shifted from a flash pump to a legit cult favorite asset. SPX 6900 versus other meme coins like Pepe, Mog, and Fartcoin. SPX6900 is not your typical meme coin. It's outperformed peers like Pepe, Fartcoin, and Mog based on community strength and holder conviction. Over the past month, SPX6900, it's gained 27.5%, ranking it among the top meme coin performers in a cooling market, showing sustained demand even when others fell behind. While Pepe and Fartcoin saw strong one-off pumps, SPX's momentum has been even more consistent, pointing to a loyal and expanding base. But what really differentiates SPX from the others is its high conviction among larger holders. Data shows SPX is the only meme coin with the number of wallets holding over $1,000 has grown faster than total wallets, indicating serious investor belief. In comparison, coins like Pepe and Mog, they have much more casual retail interest, but fewer institutional level stakes. This makes SPX less of a hype play and much more of a community-backed momentum juggernaut. Fartcoin carved out a niche with its toilet humor, but it trades on a more Solana viral gimmick model. Meanwhile, Mog has seen sharp rebounds of around 20%, but hasn't captured as much consistent retail attention as SPX. But SPX6900, on the other hand, is blending aggressive humor and market commentary with token scarcity, creating a very powerful combination that is consistently drawing both new and serious holders. Finally, some analysts are projecting further upside for SPX, with short-term targets ranging from $3.15 to $6 by 2030. That's a bold outlook, but SPX's metrics, they support it. Strong community engagement, whale accumulation, and brand-focused tokenomics sounds like the perfect storm. Compare it to others, SPX6900 is positioning itself as a meme coin with more teeth and staying power, not just flash-in-the-pan type of hype. Market cap, price action, and the key milestones. SPX6900 didn't just trend, it boomed. At its peak, the token briefly pierced the $1.70 range, marking a staggering swing that set its total market cap to hover around the $1.5 billion mark. Yeah, that's a serious statement for a meme coin born as a joke. But it's not all green candles. The price recently corrected 13% off of its peak, yet SPX still sits 23% higher over the past month. That is resilience. But what's even more compelling is the whale activity. One giant wallet, Must Stop Murad. The wallet Must Stop Murad, it popped up holding over $47 million in SPX6900. That's not casual investing. That is a high conviction play, and whale moves like that fuel both hype and legitimacy in meme coin trenches. Beyond whale wallets, SPX made its viral mark through the community action and media coverage, followed by trending threads on X and Telegram channels where hundreds of memes, parodies, and strategy discussions swirled daily. Moments like these, they don't just spark the price pumps. They build cult followings. They evangelize FOMO and attract new participants that are willing to bet on the next moonshot. SPX's history is marked by clear milestones: Binance features listing, wallet accumulation, and consistent spikes each time SPX hits new all-time highs. These milestones map the journey of a meme token crossing into relevance, and they are what traders look for when deciding if a pump is just hype or if it's built on something much more stable. And right now, SPX6900 is showing signs of that latter. Should you buy in? Risks versus rewards. So if you're asking yourself right now, is SPX6900 worth a buy right now? Let's lay it all out. On the upside, the token still shows strong accumulation by the heavy hitters, and its community-driven roadmap, it points to fresh catalysts like NFT drops, DEX launches, and even festivities that could tie into broader market hype. If SPX hits another big platform listing or even captures a wave of viral attention, a 2x or a 3x rally from its current levels is certainly within reach. But that's the flip side. SPX6900 is pure meme coin speculation, meaning it is extremely volatile and deeply sentiment driven. It lacks fundamentals like ongoing revenue or utility. Its price is based entirely on community belief. If the hype cools or a bigger meme steps into the spotlight, SPX may retrace sharply. We've seen it dip before 20 to 40% in hours on meme coil shifts, and there's no safety net backstop like DeFi protocol revenue or token utility. So if you're thinking of buying in, treat your investment as a high-risk reward-centric trade, not a long-term hold. Document your entry point. Decide in advance on multiple profit-taking levels, say at 2x, 3x, and 5x, and stick to them. Do not bag hold all the way to the moon. Take your chips off the table as the token runs to locking gains. And always, always, only invest what you are comfortable losing. This is meme coin degen territory, not balanced blue chip investing. At the end of the day, SPX6900 is exactly what happens when internet culture meets moonshot got potential, and the combo can hit incredible highs. But this is meant for traders who understand meme psychology, know how to size positions, and who can exit with discipline. If you're up for the controlled ride and treat it like a trade, SPX could in fact be your ticket. If you're chasing a baseline investment, or maybe you're hoping to hold forever, you may want safer alternatives. The meme revolution is not over. So if you've made it this far, you already know SPX6900 is not just another meme coin. This is a full-on cultural movement. It's loud, it's viral, and it's got that unpredictable energy that crypto traders thrive on. So whether you're riding the wave, or maybe you're just watching from the sidelines, there's no denying SPX has carved out a real niche in 2025's meme coin madness. But this is just one part of a much bigger story. Meme coins are evolving, and as we move deeper into the bull cycle, we are going to see even much more experimental projects pushing the boundaries between internet culture and finance. So if you're in the trenches, watching Deck Screener, flipping charts, and feeling the pulse of crypto X or Twitter, then you already know the next 100X could be just around the corner. This is your call to action. Now is the time to get your strategies dialed in. Whether it's SPX 6900 or the next sleeper hit, the meme coin battlefield rewards those who move fast, stay smart, and understand the game. So get your bags ready, set your alerts, and keep your finger on that pulse. Oh, and as always, stay locked in, stay prepared, and stay with JRNY TV for the stories that move the market. We will catch you in the next one.